if I give you this, I'm showing you our flag, and this is what we are and the number of us. I'm just going to briefly share with us what is happening in West Africa and the NRIs that are on, off, and those that are doing very well. I'll go in order of alphabet, please. It's not ranking, so you can just see. This is Benin. Benin has started its process, and in this year's meeting, Benin is going to hold its annual meeting in I think in September, and we have seen that, and they did in 2020, even with the pandemic, they were able to do their IGF process. We go to Burkina Faso, but if I'm making mistake, the owner of the focal points can raise their hands and say more about it. Burkina Faso held its own NRI. It has it's fully recognized. It has its MAG, and he held his annual meeting last year. We have the report, and hoping to hold again this year around October. We have Capo Verde. Capo Verde, we've been trying to see what we can do to get them on. Nothing is yet coming up, but we hope to try that. And with the help of Africa Union, PRIDA, that they'll start their process. And Côte d'Ivoire has started, and we're expecting that they will hold in October this year, or either September or October. We have the Gambia. The Gambia has been stable and they have been consistent. They hosted the West Africa IGF in 2019. I didn't remember to say that it was Benin that hosted 2017, Burkina Faso 2018, Gambia 2019. 2020, the Gambia had its own process, and they're hoping to have one in August. And their theme is around digital inclusion. And others, they are all talking about digital inclusion in their theme for 2021. Ghana has been doing we held the fourth one in July 14th to the 16th. 14th was the school, on the 15th the youth, and on the 16th the men IGF. Ghana is doing so well, and we hope that they continue with the multi-stakeholder advisory committee or organizing committee that are doing so very well. We have Guinea. We have not been hearing from Guinea. I don't know whether there's anybody from Guinea here. We need a focal point. We need your process to start. It's not there. And then we have Guinea-Bissau. We're also praying that Guinea-Bissau will come on board. Then the newest one is Liberia. Mali. We are also expecting to hear from them. We have not heard from Mali. Then Liberia surprised us last year. They tried to do something like the School of Internet Governance for Liberia. Was held through the assistance of ISOC Foundation with the ISOC Liberia. And there was a form of IGF process in Liberia. They've just sent us their MAG membership, and the process of getting them recognized is on the way. We're hoping that they will hold another one this year in either September or October. Apart from that, we have Niger. Niger started, it was Niger in 2016, where we started the Better West Africa Internet Governance Forum, being hosted by West Africa, the ECOWAS being coming up with some structure. And since then, since 2016, we have not had Benin and Niger holding another meeting. So we're hoping that we'll hear from Niger. Nigeria, the big one. Nigeria has been consistent since 2012. It reconstituted its process, and last year, he held this meeting. We have the report, and we're hoping that, and there's the indication that Nigeria may hold their process for 2021 in September or thereabout. Then we go to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, did well since 2012. There was another one, I think in 2018 or 2019, I can't remember, but we didn't hear from them in 2020. So we're hoping that Sierra Leone will do something before the global IGF or the African IGF that will hold in November. We have Senegal. Senegal, we're still hoping to hear from Senegal. Anybody from Senegal, please, you can raise your hand. I'll recognize you and you tell us what you are doing. And lastly, not the least, is Togo. Togo has been consistent. He held its process 2020 and is hoping to do so in October before the Africa IGF. And there's Africa IGF that is coming up in November 2020, and we are also encouraged to be part of the Africa IGF. Some of you that have helped us in this technical group has also been part of Africa IGF. So please, in November, I think 6 to 10th of November, please remember that we're going to hold Africa IGF, and we'll encourage all our NRIs in the West Africa to also hold their own process. If you need us to help you, please contact us. I know Liberia needs help. We need to see what we can do to help Liberia, but they are now getting themselves organized. Can I stop so far and see whether there's anybody that that has a question or wants to say something? Nana Kufo, yes, do you want to say something? Please go ahead. Say something about your country, please. Let's go ahead.
Oh, hi, madam. I didn't know you were calling me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to speak on this today. I can see there's a lot going on in the West African sub-region, and we hope for more and better with time. Mary, I want to say a special thank you to you for joining virtually on the Ghana IGF, as well as Anya and Marcus and all the impressive guest speakers. As you rightly mentioned, we had in Ghana IGF from the 14th to the 16th of July. And recently we have been having a school of internet governance, as well as the youth IGFs to precede the main IGFs, because we realized that we need to develop people's capability to engage effectively. And we have found it to be a very productive activity. Our theme was about around inclusion, fostering inclusion, and the role of public and private actors, which is similar to the West Africa IGF theme, and also the theme of Internet United, which is that of the global IGF. We want to see an internet where every person has the ability to safely engage. And we believe that the work of the IGF should go on unabated. I mean, we have seen in Ghana, cybersecurity authority set up, cybersecurity law passed. And part of its roots were in IGF discussions that were held many years before. And I feel that the same must go forward in other areas. I was very interested and enthralled by the emerging technologies discussion, because there are some of these areas that regulation needs to be pushed for. I mean, in particular, IoT, AI, and others, which were alluded to in the earlier discussion. And also Prof. Quino alluded to some of that when he presented for us in the IGF. So I think that the issue-driven IGFs must go on, and we must make it a point to go through the entire process where we have the discussion, and then we put forth a communique to the policymakers to make changes from that level. That's not to say that we cannot also make changes at our level. The Ghana IGF was basically convened by the Ghana Domain Name Registry, which I work with, and the ISOC Ghana chapter in collaboration with a multi-stakeholder team, a steering committee made up of people from civil societies, from academia, from the youth, and a truly multi-stakeholder group that put forth this IGF, because we believe that the internet, as has been said many times, is not for just one group. This year, because of the COVID restrictions.
Thank you, Nana. I think we don't have too much time, but we have recognized the fact that Ghana has been doing well. The fourth time we have seen it. Thank you very much. I didn't know that I was to do slideshow on my this thing when I was sharing. But please pardon me. We need to close. Thank you. Ghana did very well, and we continue to see Ghana do more and continue to show example. Thank you very much. Thank you very much that I'm cutting you short. Please don't be offended, please.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay,
my pleasure.
So, okay, thank you very much. Is there any other country that I did not that want to say something before I close? Please, yes, you can. Which one? Which country?
Togo.
Togo, please go ahead, Togo.
Okay, so yes, Togo, we are still struggling to get the ministry on board, but we have the registry and the regulator who have been supporting us. So last year, our IGF was held in October 15 and 16, under the main theme as COVID-19, building a digital resilience for all, which is, fortunately, the theme of the West African IGF this year. So our edition last year was very successful, and I take this opportunity to thank the Benin IGF. They really supported us, and the IGF from Burkina Faso and Senegal. So we had a very good conversation last year talking about issues affecting us during this pandemic and how we can help all the stakeholder groups, especially the government, to promote access to broadband internet in Togo. So we sent 29 recommendations to all the various stakeholder groups. But this year, we will still need the support from the region to hold our first school. We are already in discussion with the PRIDA project to hold a school this year in October, and our IGF also this year in October. So that's what I want to say about Togo. We'll still be waiting for your support within the region, especially the Francophone countries, to support us with resource persons, and we hope to actually continue this process for coming years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you still hear me, everyone? Yes. Can I, can I ask Anya? Anya, is there any message you want to pass across to the NRIs for any help, especially since Ondesa is coming up with great ideas or great support? Anya, if you can, please.
Yes. Hi, Mary. I hope you can hear me. Well, thank you very much for giving me the floor. And first of all, thank you very much for outlining these excellent country reports. Yes, so there are maybe two major things that I would like to underline here and to use this opportunity that we're all here. One relates to the fact that as many of you will know, the IGF Secretariat and the Department of Economic and Social Affairs in New York, which is the institutional home of the IGF, are giving financial grants to support the NRIs in addition to substantive support that we've been giving throughout the years. And for this year, our budget allowed for 20 grants to be issued to the NRIs. The West African IGF is one of those, and we hope to continue with this practice in the years to come, hopefully with even a more increased budget. I'm very happy that on the concept of the financial sustainability to the NRIs, we work intensively as well with some other colleagues, international organizations that are traditionally supporting the NRIs. So, for example, the IGF Support Association is one of those. They've been regularly checking with the IGF Secretariat the status of the NRIs to allocate small financial grants for which you can apply if you come from a developing country. The good thing is that we also established a kind of firmer relationship with the ISOC Foundation. They also, as you know, have a call for the NRIs to apply for financial grants. And before they clear those requests, colleagues are engaging with us just to understand if the NRIs are with a confirmed status with the IGF Secretariat for the particular year. I think that's a very good practice because, as you know, there are processes outside in the world which do not necessarily follow the IGF principles and guidelines, such, for example, the West African IGF is doing and 137 NRI. Okay. So yes, that would be an announcement, Mary, that I would like to make.
Thank you very much, Anya. So you had my colleagues from West Africa. Senegal, I want to see you. Liberia and Guinea-Bissau. Thank you. Hand over back to Folake, the moderator. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Mary, Anya, Senegal, Ghana, and all the other NRIs. Unfortunately, some of us didn't have the opportunity to speak, so I do apologize, but time is of the essence, and I've been told we should be wrapping